What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Vince Warburton and this is VW Fitness. Today we are talking about the Build Fast Formula Vaso Blitz Pump Formula. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so before we get to today's video, I hope everyone is staying safe and doing well. I know these times are very difficult and we will get through this. Like I said in previous videos, I mentioned that obviously not a lot of gyms are open, if any are open. Some of us have access to really nice home gyms. For others, we don't have that. We're doing at-home body workouts. And some of us are just not doing anything, which is kind of sad to hear. I think it's always important to get some sort of exercise, even though we're quarantined inside the house. At least go for a walk, get your 10,000 steps per se. And you know, to be honest with you, I'm still taking a good amount of pre-workout, I guess, in terms of weekly. I'm not taking the super high stim stuff right now. I'm kind of keeping it on the lower stim or even pump formulas. So that's kind of why we're talking about the Build Fast Formula Vaso Blitz. We did talk about their full-fledged pre-workout, the full Blitz formula, which, to be honest with you, the taste really threw me off. And I've talked about pre-workout taste. It's not really the biggest, most important thing to me, but obviously, you know, I want it to taste somewhat decent. In that case, I just didn't find it the most pleasing. Today we have the rainbow candy, so I have a feeling I am going to enjoy this. It's kind of my typical go-to flavor, fruit punch, etc. So if you guys are new to the channel, we break down a supplement review into 4 different parts. We're going to talk about number 1, price, number 2, the label ingredient breakdown, thirdly, the taste, and then we'll go do a at-home workout here in this case, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the effects. So let's just jump right into this review, guys. Price, this comes in at $34.99. This is 30 full servings, and that is a serving size of 2 scoops. So you're getting 30 full servings here. That breaks down to a price point of $1.17. That's right off of their website. I think that's a phenomenal price point for a basically non-stim, very simple formula here. I think overall, though, that's a really good price point, and with that, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I think, you know, anything really close to that dollar price point, and this is fairly close. I haven't seen one of these that low in a while. I'm going to have to give it a solid 5 out of 5. So let's just jump right into the label ingredient breakdown. Like I kind of said, guys, very simple formula here. It was very simple with their full Blitz formula, and it's going to be kind of the same case here with this pump formula. So we start out with a 15.5 gram scoop. That is for 2 scoops here. 30 full servings in the container, and we start out with 6 grams of straight up L-citrulline, which is great to see, guys. I recommend 4 to 6 grams for that pump kind of formula. Next up, we have 2.5 grams of the betaine anhydrous, kind of a one-all, do-all, if you will. It's going to help with that power output. It's going to help with the pump. It's going to help with a lot of different things throughout the workout. And 2.5 grams is kind of the efficacious dose. So spot on there. Then we run into some arginine nitrate as NO3-T, which is a trademarked ingredient, and that comes in at 2 grams as well. That is a very good amount, guys, especially when you combine that with the L-citrulline. I think it's a very solid amount there. And then last up, we have 2 grams of the calcium lactate. Again, a very good amount of calcium in here. So very simple, guys. Four ingredients, that's it. If you guys do the calculations on that, that's going to be 12.5 grams of actives. So you're getting about 3.5 grams of other ingredients, colors, flavorings, etc. So overall, guys, you know, fully disclosed, like we've talked about, this is a very simple formula, okay? And I would almost say that this is intended to be stacked with a stimulant version of a pre-workout, potentially the full Blitz, or any other pre-workout for that matter that doesn't really have pump ingredients. This is very pump-minded. Obviously, Vaso Blitz, it's going to have that nitric oxide support here. And with that, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I think it's a solid, efficaciously dosed label. And yeah, let's just jump right into the taste, guys. Like I said, I have not tried this. Rainbow candy is what we have here today. This does recommend 8 to 10 ounces of water for those 2 scoops. Spilling all over here. So we have about, you know, we try to split down the middle of whatever the recommended serving size is. So we did about 9 ounces of water here, and it's all stuck in the scooper. You gotta hate when that happens. So we'll do 2 scoops here. Kind of interesting they didn't just do a full, you know, 1 scoop if the serving size is 2. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and cap this. Nice, good shake. Wow, a lot of foaming here. I'm sure you guys can see that. Good amount of foaming here. I mean, especially as we mixed a lot of foaming. I would say a medium amount of sediment here on the bottom. Color-wise, we're looking at like kind of a pink kind of color here. I mean, I would have expected a little bit more red color tint, but you know, again, it's coloring, it's not a huge deal. Let's give it the old taste test. Cheers. All right, so it kind of tastes like Skittles, but not as sweet. Definitely not as sweet, and it kind of has this kind of dull kind of flavoring on the back end once you kind of like gulp it down, and then the top of your tongue kind of hits the roof of your mouth. You kind of have this dull flavoring because it's not overly sweet. It doesn't really just pop in your face. You know, I thought rainbow candy, it'd be a little more pop in here. To be honest with you, it's still good. I just think that, man, it's tough. It's really tough. Flavoring and taste is so subjective, but in this case, I'm not in love with it. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I know that's probably lower than what most people would expect from me, but in my honest opinion, it's a 3 out of 5. It's not spectacular. It tastes kind of funny, I'll be honest. Not necessarily in a negative way or a positive way. It just wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit sweeter. You know, pre-workouts, pump formulas, etc., BCAAs, they all tend to be on the sweeter side of things and really push that sweetness level. This doesn't. Yeah, it has this real heavy kind of like lime, lemon, Skittle flavor in there, and then it goes to this really dull kind of woof. So it's like a really big whoop, and then back down. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I'm gonna smash the rest of this back, guys. I'll come back, we'll talk about the effects, see if I got a pretty good pump today. We are working out downstairs, working with bands. Obviously, you know, subjective here as well. Difficult to get a pump, but we'll do our best. We'll come back and we'll see how we do. We'll see you guys here soon. All right, guys, just finished up that at-home full-body workout after taking the Vaso Blitz by Build Fast formula. Non-stim pump kind of pre-workout, I would say. To be honest with you, I actually incorporated a couple new things into my workout routine here. I was able to get a bar over at Home Depot and kind of attach it to the bands. I would say I was able to actually do a little bit more isolation work rather than kind of the compound work and body weight work today. Just because of having that bar and some attachments and being able to clip it to the wall and just like kind of various movements. So I feel like that by itself actually made the workout like 10 times better just overall. I did a 10-minute mile run pre-workout and then came into the garage and yeah, did my thing. Not an extremely hot day today. As you guys can see though, I'm sweating through my shirt. It's absolutely crazy. I'm still catching my breath here. Kind of the benefit of doing these at-home workouts is you guys really get to see it firsthand right here, right after I'm done. So in terms of a pump, do I feel like my blood flow is moving really well? I was able to move blood into, you know, various muscle tissues that I was working. I just feel like the overall workout went really well. I did not take any caffeine, no other supplements involved with this workout. Now, like I said, I did kind of upgrade and add that bar, which I do think added some intensity and kind of motivation, kind of changed things up a little bit in terms of the workout. But overall, I would say this is a pretty basic, you know, very limited ingredient pump pre-workout, non-stim per se. I think this is really good stackable. I think it's really good potentially just take day in, day out in a sense, to really make sure that you're saturating your body with citrulline. You know, to really make sure you're saturating the body with citrulline, the betaine, the NO3, calcium. I mean, the 4 staple ingredients in here, the 4 ingredients that are in here are all staple ingredients that really you should be trying to find, I would say, in most pre-workouts. You know, you typically do see the citrulline and the betaine, not necessarily the arginine nitrate. But I just, overall, I think it's a good, you know, pump pre-workout. It's properly dosed. Do I feel like the pumps were extremely good today? No, not necessarily, because I'm at home and I've got limited equipment. So in terms of effects, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I know that's kind of right in the middle, and that's kind of where I think I can score it, because without, you know, proper training equipment, bench press, you know, some big compound movements, and some isolation movements with machines, I don't feel like I can get a really good pump unless I do like 400 push-ups, which, let's be honest, like, yeah, that's just not going to happen. You know, I want to work the full body and kind of get a good cardiovascular work in while I'm staying at home. So anyway, guys, I would highly recommend you check it out. You know, like I said, 3 out of 5 in terms of effects. I think incorporating this into your supplement stack, if you're looking for pump products, solid go-to. The flavor's a little funny to me. you know, not a huge deal breaker, but definitely something to be noted. I think price point is incredible here. It's really good. And yeah, overall, everything's efficaciously dosed. So go ahead and check it out, guys. Again, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you guys are all staying safe. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe and bell for notifications. And as always, we'll catch you in the next one.